Do I ever cross your mind? Darling, do you ever see some situation somewhere, somehow triggers your memory? And do you ever wonder what became of all the time? And darling, do I ever cross your mind?
Well,
Who was that said that?
Old Doc Kell.
Uh-huh.
So, worked on Doug Neal, and they all come on. Little Jim Bass, same way. There was a girl come from Medill, no, Oakland. She lived close to my niece that lived there. She had 22 or 3 on her body. I was working on a house for Jim Bass and Daddy. And they'd taken that kid to the doctor and they never had done anything with it. Well, my niece told this woman about me taking them off. And they come from Oakland over there, and I was working on that house. Brought her over there, and I asked her where the warts were. Said they was on her body. Well, I said, you have to...
On where?
On her body.
On her body, all over here.
Uh-huh.
And do you have to touch them to remove them?
Back around here.
Do you have to touch them to remove them?
Yeah, she...
No, I mean, you have to touch them?
She did. I just said, well, she had on the blouse. I didn't have anything under it. I said, just pull that off. I have to... After then, I forgot all about it. I saw my niece. She said, you know that little girl brought her up? Yeah. Said, she don't have any warts on her now.
Oh, do you have to touch them to get rid of them?
Yeah.
Huh? Mm-hmm. Ken has one on his head that's large. Do you think he can get rid of his wart? Might. Gee, being your son, doesn't he get a guarantee?
Where do I have a wart?
I don't know. I'm always rubbing back here on this in your head here. Yeah, we'll have to get your father to exercise you.
Well, now, did this same old woman teach you anything else?
No.
I thought that someone had taught...
In fact, I don't have anything to do with it. Nothing to do with it.
Uh-huh.
You don't do warts anymore?
No. He says he does. It's not his power that does it.
Whose power is it?
Well, I can tell you.
Mm-hmm. Says he can't tell you.
If I tell you,
Then he wouldn't have the power anymore.
I couldn't take more.
How about lottery numbers? Are you good at those?
No.
Mm-mm. So I thought someone taught you how to judge intelligence by feeling knots on the back of kids' heads.
On the side of your head.
Uh-huh.
Did you do Ken's head?
No, I never have.
Maybe you should.
Maybe they call them music knots.
Music knots?
Mm-hmm.
So you can tell whether a
Well,
child's going to be musical or not.
All right. Well, I learned off the doctor. There was a fella with the name of Drake. He played the violin. And he died and was buried down in that old graveyard on the river. And he'd been dead, I don't know. He'd come up, overflow, and washed his grave out, and a man found him. He washed up in a man's yard, and he was all connected together. All the leaders wasn't there to meet him. I I seen him about a minute.
Wait a minute, that washed out of the grave?
Yeah. Bank carried over. And it washed out in the, well, I forget some guy's yard. I wasn't where to go. Well, and he had that big on his skull on each side, just right around there, on each side. And old Doc Stuball said, he called it music nuts. He said some people have them and some don't. So, and look, they wasn't the same color of the skull, they was darker. Well, old man S.T. Lindsay, had an Indian woman. He lived way back in over a place called it's north of here. Over a place called Milwaukee. That old man, he said, well, now if you want some more bone, I'll bring you some. He said, I know where, he said, there's a big old mulberry tree. 2 men got in a fight with knives and killed each other. And said they buried them under this mulberry tree. And he said, they're not buried very deep. Didn't have no funeral, nothing, just dug that hole, buried. Well, he dug them up. Boy, them men had the biggest skulls. He brought them in a tow sack. The old dog should have. That's all right.
Just the skulls?
No, the whole bone and all. Of course, they were separated, but he had all the skeleton. 2 men. He knew the old man, Lindsay, he knew his name. He remembered all about him. Old Doc Stuball, he let me go upstairs in his office, big old building, and he had a skeleton there all connected up with wire just in place. Boy, I thought that was hanging. He was rattled. He was an old, part German. He always said the German people had more matter than the common people. I said.
More matter?
Yeah, he said they're smarter.
Oh.
Smarter
The
than
Germans, I'm German.
Uh-huh.
I know that.
There's a fella. I used to own a great big Guernsey cow, and
A Guernsey cow?
a Guernsey. Guernsey.
What's a Guernsey? Is that a male or female or what?
No, it's a breed of cow, Irene. It's a dairy cow.
They give the best milk of any cow.
They're,
Guernsey does, huh?
They don't give as much milk as Holsteins, but they give richer milk.
Yeah. I've owned Guernsey,
Those are the kind of cows that Tom Cooper Dairy used to have.
That's right.
Guernsey cows.
best milk that I ever drank.
Mm-hmm.
But I was going over, I thought it was about time she was going to calf, so I went over to this pasture, and spelling them and you I come back by and get me kind of later. Stopped at his house, and he said, I'll tell you. He said, I want you to come in here. He had a little girl that had she had warts on her feet.
On her feet?
Yeah, and she had wore these little strap slippers, you know,
Uh-huh.
till they just wore nearly a trench in them.
Oh, my word.
Well, his wife was named Madge. Well, I was he said, Madge, come out here. Madge had 4 or 5 on her hand. Well, they all went away. Yeah.
Did you remove those from matches?
They all went away.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you another story.
What did you